Hello, everyone. The week opens with another case where Russian government says one thing and we can't confirm it by another source. So, Moscow is claiming control of Velika Novosilka, which is in the Donetsk region. However, Ukrainian troops basically say, no, we just left parts of it to regroup, but we're still fighting for it. Russia doesn't have it. This is not the first or the second or the 22nd time Russia had done this. They like to instill the mindset like you've lost it already. Don't even bother. They basically want Ukrainian troops to just accept defeat and withdraw. And that doesn't happen, and it makes Russia angry. And once again, I want to remind you, this particular confrontation over Velika Novosilka and a few other small cities and villages and towns in the Donetsk region comes on the heel of one of the worst days of losses of over 2,000 people for Russian military. So no wonder they're pissed off and want to spread misinformation, because that's, I guess, their coping mechanism. If you look through the rest of this article, this summary is in the Guardian coverage today. So this is what I was talking about. Institute for the Study of War also had confirmed that while Russian forces have advanced near Terezk, Pokrovsk, and Kurakovo, in addition to Velika Novosilka, we can't confirm it from elsewhere. So they keep claiming these wins. And it's true that they have advanced some, but this is what muddles the flow of information. We've had some more successful strikes against military objects within Russia. One of them was against some military warehouses in the Oryol region, which had destroyed 200 Shahed drones. Now, 200 drones is not that much. Because we know Russians have sent like over 100 in one attack. That has been done. But you know what? That's 200 less than they could have otherwise released over the heads of Ukrainian civilians. We'll take it. Another successful drone strike has been delivered to the Ryazan oil refinery that is southeast of Moscow. They must have seen and heard it from Moscow. I'm kind of wondering about that. They may have seen at least the light from the fire, because that was massive. I've seen some eyewitness videos of that. It is huge. And there were repeated explosions. And once again, the response from the Russian media was, oh, well, we have shut down all of the drones. Doesn't matter. The thing still blew up, and there is still a fire, and you still don't have that oil. So you might as well stop lying about it. And then there's been yet another incident with the undersea fiber optic cable that connects Latvia and Sweden that was damaged yesterday. And that prompted NATO to deploy patrol ships to that area. And yet another sabotage investigation by Swedish authorities. It was kind of cute. The initial conclusion by the investigators said that the cable was damaged through external influence, which made me chuckle. I understand what they mean, that it wasn't wear and tear, but I'm like, yeah, how long did it take you to figure that one out? The cable didn't just break itself. Yes, somebody actually did this. And once again, if you look back over the last 6 to 8 months, this is not the first one. And I think we all maybe not know, but suspect who did it. Well, and I didn't have this on my bingo card for this year. I didn't think I was going to ever agree with Tommy Tuberville, but in this particular case, in this instance, I agree with him. Putin doesn't want to negotiate, because why would he? Putin right now has an upper hand. There's instability in the United States. There is still uncertainty in the EU. They're still figuring out what are they going to do, because U.S. is likely to basically stop providing support for anything. So Putin has no reason to negotiate right now. But this is where my agreement with Tuberville ends. He says, oh, Ukraine and NATO handled this war so badly. He's also ignoring the progress that has been made by Ukraine since the start of this war. He just throws that completely out. Nor is he acknowledging Ukraine's progress in dealing some very serious blows to the Russian economy and to their military installations. So, but, the new NATO chief is basically saying the same thing, that Ukraine is not in the position of power. And I want to ask all of them, and what have you done? Because remember, right now we are all thinking about the aid that was provided eventually, but that is the key word there, eventually. Initially, Ukraine battled on its own and managed to stop Russian army on its own. When the aid finally started coming in, it came in irregularly without guarantees. Okay? Also, let's take a look at Tommy Tuberville's own record when it comes to Ukraine. And remember, he's blaming NATO and Ukraine. U.S. is still a member of NATO, and the one that holds some very crucial clout as part of NATO. So, is that you, Tommy? That you, bro? How about this? February, April, November. Is that you, bro? So, it's Ukraine's and NATO's fault that things are going badly. And what have you done, Tommy? If you have such deep understanding why this is such a problem, why this is such a risk, what were you doing voting against the aid to Ukraine? What happened, Tommy? Because it's very easy to sit on your ass and point fingers and say, oh, they handled it badly. But what have you personally done? Have you analyzed the situation? Did you actually get that this is a global conflict that will impact everybody, including your constituency, when you voted against the aid? Yeah. Good old Tommy. Always can be counted on to throw shit at other people. And by the way, that's the same Tommy Tuberville who held up military appointments. Remember that? Yeah, that's the one. That's the dude. That is the guy who, because he had a religious opinion, held up military appointments and thus personally, single-handedly compromised U.S. national security.